Hey guys, what's up? It's Mando from Mando Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing the movie that just came out in time for Valentine's Day weekend. I'm going to be so excited for this. 50 Shades of Grey. Just kidding. Nobody wants to see that. At all. But what I'm going to be reviewing is Kingsman. So I've been super excited for this movie ever since I saw the first trailer. When I saw the first trailer, I thought to myself that this looked a lot like James Bond, a lot like Kick-Ass too. It had that stylized violence, it had that humor to it. And when I was doing my research, I found out that this movie was directed by the same guy who directed Kick-Ass. And even more, during the movie, it made fun of itself for being so close to James Bond, for having all those spy gadgets and all those awesome James Bond type of moments. And so what this movie revolves around is this Kingsman Secret Service. It doesn't work for the government, it's an independent corporation that helps a ton of people and really just tries to save the world, make it a better place. These Kingsmen are top-notch people, and when you're seeing all this violence and when you're seeing all the action, cool spy type stuff that they do, you're thinking of James Bond, you're thinking of all those cool gadgets that they use, and they got the little pen, they got the umbrella, and it's really cool stuff to see, and it's cool to see all of that old James Bond type of stuff that was, 10, 20 years ago, back on the big screen into the modern age. So the movie stars Colin Firth, and he's one of the older Kingsman types of guys who actually trains this guy, his name is Eggsy, in the movie, and they kind of team up. Colin Firth's character trains Eggsy to become a Kingsman, and so half the movie you're sitting there watching the training, and you're watching that intense action that's happening, and it's really, really cool. And then also during the meantime, while all this other stuff is happening, the main villain, played by Samuel L. Jackson, who does an awesome job, he steals almost every scene that he's in, is plotting this evil, masterous plot to end the world or do something evil that you actually don't know about until the end of the movie. It does a good job of that and makes sure that you're seeing all this cool spy stuff, all these missions that are happening, while still making you concerned about what Samuel L. Jackson's plot is going to be. What's this whole purpose? What's the whole purpose of the Kingsman wanting to put a stop to Samuel L. Jackson? And the movie has that raunchy comedy, it's action-packed like I said before, and it's got that humor and it's got that violence and gore to it that's almost comical to watch. All this gruesome, all this action, explosion-y stuff is happening, but yet it's set to the guitar solo of Freebird, and so you can't even help but have fun while all this stuff is happening. The movie does a great job too, because Kingsman is kind of a new thing. It's like a new branch. Yeah, it takes away from James Bond, it takes away from that style of Kick-Ass, but it's a whole new type of singular franchise. It's starting off on its own, so the movie does a great job of introducing you what this whole thing is about, who these characters are, why you're supposed to care for them. However, it does do that, but yet it doesn't do that enough. For example, like I said before, Samuel L. Jackson, he steals all the scenes that he's in. He's a great actor in this movie, but the villain that he's portrayed to play just isn't that menacing. You know that his plot is bad, you don't really know what his plot is until you find out later in the movie, and it's actually pretty interesting. But anyway, during that time, you kind of don't really care about him. He's not really that scary, he's not really that villainous, but yet you were just kind of supposed to not like him because he is the villain, but you can't help but like him because it's Samuel L. Jackson. Even Eggsy, the main character, it does a good job at showing where he comes from, but there are some loopholes to his backstory that are kind of like, well, you could have got your problem solved if you just kind of went on the right path. I don't really know why you're doing this, but for the sake of the movie, it's supposed to make sense. Another thing that I didn't really like about this movie is the plot. It's actually pretty simple, and I know that the director's view was trying to capture that James Bond, 10, 20 years ago feel, but yet that plot, when you really dissect it, it's not that big of a deal. You're watching the movie just because you're seeing these things happening in front of you, yet it doesn't have a deeper meaning. It's kind of surface level. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not going to stick with you for the rest of the day and be like, oh my god, that just blew my mind, that was so crazy, oh my gosh, Kingsman. But instead you're thinking, alright, that was a good movie, and that's about it. It was fun, it was good, and nothing really more. I felt like the characters could have been developed just a little bit better, and the plot was a little bit too simple for my total enjoyment, but the fact is that I still had fun with the movie. It's still what you expect. It's going to be raunchy, it's going to be funny, it's going to be action-packed, like I said a billion times, and that's why I'm saying that Kingsman Secret Service is a strong 8.25. Personally, I had a great time with the movie, but it was nothing that I saw as extra special and groundbreaking. So anyway, thanks for watching my review of Kingsman: The Secret Service. If you like what you saw, subscribe to this channel or follow me on Twitter at Mando Reviews. Thanks for watching.